Listening? Okay. Basically,
Thousands, maybe millions of years before the Kirby games, they were the ancients. They were scientists, architects, driven by fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of death. They discovered a mattermost, dark and would do anything to conceal it. They built weapons with hopes that a hero would arise and fell the beast. They made seals, sealing away all that they feared. Knowing something else would deal with it, they left their seals on a quaint, underpopulated planet, assuming they would be safe. They built the clockwork stars, planet-sized satellites with the power to grant wishes. Dream fountains were scattered across the universe, and only when given enough dream power would the clockwork stars activate. But this backfired. Beings evil of heart used them to destroy her and control. Nothing the ancients did stopped them. An ancient calling himself Heinz arrived with 3 mages. They, with their unscientific powers, destroyed the clockwork stars, all but one. The ancients had fear that history would repeat itself, and these ungodly wizards would destroy them once and for all. So, like all threats before them, Heinz and the 3 mage sisters were sealed and banished to the far reaches of the universe. Needing a protector, the ancients made a knight, the ultimate warrior, the ultimate life, designed to follow all commands. But evil gripped the warrior. Soul, it shed its form, and raw power emerged. It destroyed plans with the beat of its wings, ripped reality with a slice of its sword. Nothing could stop it. The ancients prayed to their god need. Their fear led him to hide, not interfering in the slightest. The Galactic Knight ripped the species to shreds. With the last of their power, the ancients did all they knew. They sealed the night. They then were invaded by some godly being on a reign of destruction named... But they managed to capture them. They used his power to create teleportation tech, and he could use it to go wherever the hell they wanted. But one day, an accident occurred in a lab discovery that caused all ancients to suddenly vanish without a trace, leaving the Beast Pack to take over the world. This Beast Pack consisted of 4 members: Gormondo, Coraline, Silidillo, and Leon. They would rule over the land as it eventually became forgotten, only being discovered again far in the future. And with that, the ancients were gone, never to be seen again, except one descendant, Magalor, named after the ancients, speak word for paradise. At some point, ice dragons seemingly go extinct. Millions of years later, Max Haltman discovers presence of intense power. He builds in a robot body, and it reveals itself to be Star Dream, no longer linked to its ancient programming. It now has free will, but free will gives it a will to destroy. Star Dream helps Haltman in his studies, secretly using the man to achieve its full power. Interdimensional gates are discovered, and with his knowledge, Haltman builds a company, wanting the best for his daughter, Suzanne. One day, a particularly large rip is opened, and Susan is pulled inside, driven mad by the loss of his daughter. Haltman lives through the day by thinking about using Star Dream to bring her back. Star Dream has no intent of doing this, however, as it slowly corrupts Haltman's mind. Susan has landed in another dimension, hopping between dimensions and worlds. She obtains data on multiple species and planets, including Popstar. Around the same time, Angela, a space traveler, draws near the Milky Way. And as he gets closer to Popstar, he gets closer to the Master Crown, and his mind is slowly drawn into the void. Later, Popstar. Near the beginning of spring, Kirby is born, later nearing Popstar. Magalor meets a seemingly kind person named Mox. Mox asks for the whereabouts of the last remaining clockwork star, Galactic Nova. Magalor informs him that a strong being must activate the Dream Fountains, and that one already has been activated. Mox heads back to Popstar, knowing what to do. Some time later, Meta Knight discovers a dangerous mirror, one of many ancient seals. And in an attempt to destroy it, he awakens Darkmind and creates an alternate world. After Kirby defeats Darkmind, a being of the sky named Taranza steals the mirror from its hiding place in the clouds. Hoping to give it to his girlfriend and queen, Sectonia, he returns to Florelia. She accepts the gift, but Dark Meta Knight, the last link to Darkmind, begins the corruption of the queen's mind, twisting and turning her view of the world. Later, Susan finds her father's company currently in the process of mechanizing countless planets. Susan applies for secretary under the name Susie, with the intent of taking control of Star Dream and taking her revenge. Megal arrives on Popstar and tries to steal the Master Crown from its guardian, landing the 4-headed dragon. With help from Kirby and friends, who were tricked into it, Magalor forms the ultimate bond with Void Termina, as his soul is ripped from his body. After defeating Magalor's lifeless body, Kirby and friends escape from another dimension as it falls apart. Little did they know, the disturbances of reality allowed Heinz and the mages to break their own seal, uniting other followers of their religion. They search for shards of power to unite the dark, hunt and revive the god Void Termina. After the defeat of Sectonia and Star Dream, the Gembastion mages have assembled the Dark Heart, and they intend to revive Void Termina and destroy the world that wronged them so much. With the help of Kirby, who was releasing his Dark Hearts in order to save his friends, they nearly succeed, until Kirby barges in on the ritual, beats up Zen Partisan, and meets the living shit. All of Heinz, who was abusing and manipulating the mage sisters, who were only so loyal because Heinz saved them like 15 years ago or some shit. Really crazy stuff. Anyways, Heinz sacrifices himself and the mage sisters to the Jam of Heart, completing it and summoning Void Termina. Using the star Ally Sparkler, Kirby and friends beats the fuck out of Void Termina, and later straight up kills him using nothing but the power of pure friendship. And now, we move on to Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I'd stop listening here if you don't want spoilers, buddy. We good? Okay, now let's move on. Okay, so where was I? Oh yeah, the Forgotten Land. Okay, so Kirby is just taking a walk, like you should. Suddenly, A warp star takes him to the middle of Dreamland, where there's a massive
fucking dimensional rift in the sky, sucking in everything. Kirby tries to run on the warp star, but instead it's a tree head unflinging him into the portal. He then gets twisted and turned and obtains the ability of mouthful mode, which we'll get back to later. Kirby eventually washes up on a beach in the point of arrival where he gets to first explore.
When entering an auto shop, he sucks into a Wolfies in a car. Yep, fucking car. Instead of swallowing the car, he stretches over it, becoming the car mouth with mouthful mode.
Now, Kirby can drive around all he wants. He then rams the fuck out of a bridge, making it fall, and drives around until he finds a town in ruins where Elfilin has just been captured. He frees Elfilin, Dedede kidnaps Elfilin, Kirby climbs the volcano, finding lab discoverer. Dedede attacks them there too, but after coming to his senses with the mask removed, they try to run from a pack of Wolfies. One Wildie falls, but Dedede sacrifices himself. Kirby goes up an elevator to find Leonard and Elfilin, and guess what? He was part of something much bigger. Elfilis, that guy I mentioned earlier, was still alive, and Elfilin was part of him. After Leander fails fucking miserably, Fector Forgo breaks out and chases Elfilin and Kirby. Elfilin gets caught and absorbed into Forgo, transforming him into the mythical Fector Elfilis, the ultimate life form. Yes, so that didn't last long. He fucking dies to Kirby. Elfilin is freed by Kirby, but wait, Elfilis is now sending Popstar right into the Forgotten Land to fucking kill Kirby. So what does Kirby do? He eats a giant fucking truck to absolutely fuck up Elfilis, and Elfilis fucking dies. But Coraline notices that Leon is missing, so Kirby goes back through all of that again to find Leon. Leon is being controlled by Soul Forgo, and after fucking up Leon again, Soul Forgo fights Kirby. But wait, suddenly that orange butterfly from guest star from Star Allies is back, and lands on Forgo, turning him into Morpho Knight, meaning he is a canon character that feeds on dreams via butterfly. Who fucking knows? Anyways, he fucking dies. Concludes the Kirby lore. Goodbye, Bozo! Ha 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 ha!